Good day, my dear friends, again. I'm glad to be here talking or presenting to you again. My today's topic in the leadership series is on time management. Time is an important aspect of everyone's life. We have a particular amount of time daily, whether it is for our professional pursuit, recreation, family, education, and other activities. A proverb coined by the 20th century British scholar C. Northcote Parkinson, which came to be known as Parkinson's Law. It points out that people usually take all the time allotted and sometimes even more to accomplish any task. The first law of Parkinson states that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. That is, if we have time of 1 hour for a work, and suppose if we allocate 2 hours for it, believe me, one will take all the 2 hours to do it. A 1 hour work. There are several ways to beat this Parkinson's law. One sure short way is to plan your time. In order to plan, note that you have to start the day every day early. If you are not capable of it, then do not even think of Parkinson's law or beating this or overcoming this. It will not help. I have seen many people who start late and hardly create an impression. It's said that early bird gets the worms. It's the most important resource anyone has in life, basically. The aspect of time is applicable to every human being, and there is no running away from it. Every person has only 24 hours in a day, and no force on earth can alter it. In order to get the cutting edge, you should be able to manage your time most effective way possible. This is what time management is all about. It's managing your time effectively and efficiently too. There are important things for you to do every day, and there are urgent things too. Time management is how well you will be able to classify important and not important things from urgent and not urgent things. In the process, you will handle important things efficiently when they are not urgent, and preventing chaotic situation and crisis management. You will set aside not urgent and not important things and plan them appropriately so that the important things are handled well ahead of them becoming urgent. As I have said earlier, you can classify every activity in general as important, urgent. Listen carefully. Important activities that are important and urgent, activities that are important and not urgent, activities that are not important and urgent, activities that are not important and not urgent. Let us delve with each one of these four. The important and urgent ones. Oh God. These activities are really pressing problems. They are deadline-driven projects. You are handling crisis. You are doing a firefighting. Results in stress. Causes burnout. Of course, always firefighting. Who would like this? You must try and avoid getting into this situation. And when you have this situation, it always disturbs your peace. It demotivates others working with you. As you continue, you shall lose support from your colleagues. They lose confidence in you. Some occasions demand that such situations have to be handled by you, which may be due to sometimes mistakes of others. Somebody has not managed his time well. Somebody has not respected your time, so you have to handle it. Such occasions are okay for your own good. But it is possible to avoid them too when you start anticipating rather than reacting. You know, this guy is going to mess it up, and I have to clear it up. Probably you can go and sit with him, start addressing the problem well before it becomes a problem, by anticipating it. Now, when you start acting on activities when they are important and not urgent, that is, important and not urgent, before they become important and urgent, you will eliminate them from entering this phase of being important and urgent. Finally, a word of warning: never get your activities here under any circumstances. Believe me, never get it. Be it on your job or in your personal life. Less than 5% of your activities that are not due to your own making, but due to others' making, could be entertained here by you only in the overall interests of the organization. Now, let us come to the second aspect. Second part of the time management, that is important and not urgent. It's very good, as we discussed in a bit in the previous topic a little while earlier, that the activities like prevention, developing capability, relationship building, recognizing new opportunities and acting on them, planning for a recreation, etc. are to be handled. Relationship building, I explained a little while ago. Go and sit with somebody who is going to mess it up for you. Have a relationship. Have it addressed there itself before it becomes and sits as a problem on your table. By doing this, the true benefits are that you develop and amplify your ability to be a visionary, striking a balance, following and encouraging discipline, and thereby establish control over your job. This is the most important part of time management. You must concentrate on these activities by giving 80% of your time. Believe me, 80% of your time you have to give here. The activities here may be of short term, mid term, or long duration. The mid term and long term applies to middle management and senior management especially. For example, like training your team to make them self-sufficient to increase productivity creates a win-win situation for you as well as your team and the cross-functional peers. How important it is to train your team rather than going and then having to resolve their problems every time. You make them self-sufficient by means of a training so that they will be able to replicate you in the work of your team and your work. Let me explain a process here. It is when you have a special task to be undertaking which has not been performed by you or your team earlier. Here, you will have to apply the Room-Newton decision-making process which I have explained in my book. Then coming to the next quadrant or topic of time management, those activities which are not important and urgent. They are urgent, but then they are not important. Suppose when a colleague approaches to seek your help, you have to concede to manage your relationship. You have to give it. You can't say no to a colleague. Say that, no, I don't want to talk to you now. I'll schedule your appointment 5 o'clock in the evening. Sometimes you cannot do it. Yes, sometimes you will be left with little choice. In order to manage his or her urgency, you must not let go of your priorities. You may have to guide him or her while at the same time ensuring you do not end up doing his or her part of the work for him or her. In a broader perspective, these activities falls under the category of interruption. There are some calls, like some mails which you have to attend, some reports, some meetings, some pressing matters, populist activities. Your boss will come out and ask for a report within the next 1 hour, within the next 2 hours. I say, I want it today. You have to set aside everything and then start working on it. So these are the things which come under this category. You cannot say no when your superior calls for an unscheduled meeting. You cannot ignore an assignment or a report that a superior entrusts you with. Mails, yes, you must watch out. They are the biggest disruptors. If you don't handle them in a controlled manner. I used to get over 150 mails in a day. You know how I used to plan basically is that anything that comes from my boss, I would give them the priority. Something urgent might be there. He might be really in need of some help, some information from me. Anything that comes from my internal customers or external customers. Internal customers could be sales for me or procurement. External customers, of course, are the customers. Then anything comes from my subordinates, my people down below me, they may be needing some help, really. And if I don't attend to them, then it may become a cause of regret for me. Then my vendors, this is how it used to be, get prioritized. Not attending all of them at the same time. The urgent ones have to be the first one or two on priority. In your relationships and responses, I suggest one thing, that the timely responses are important. It is to be noted that our communication carry our personality to the receiver of the communication. Communication by words, or more importantly written, is not just a string coined together to pass on a message to the receiver and others. It truly carries a lot of hidden information to the receiver. The receiver will gauge the personality of while reading the communication. It communicates the knowledge level, the maturity, the discipline, and many other aspects associated with the personality of the sender. And a written communication is there to stay, my dear friends. Keep it in mind that it will never go away. It is there, it is recorded. Hence, the quality of responses is of utmost importance. Now, when we come to the last aspect of time management, get distracted from work and goals. This classification, it is some work which keeps you busy but not really important or urgent, some important mails, time waster, pleasant activities, phone calls, someone calls you and it attracts you. The activities here must be accommodated well when you have nothing else to do. Otherwise, working on these activities is a strict no. It is human to take the easiest path always, but when you are working for a goal, you must never lose focus. Put these time management principles on practice daily and every aspect of your life until it becomes a habit. Manage your surroundings to manage time better. You may have a work desk at home and surely at the office. Most of the times it is disorganized. Keep your desk clean, always clean. If possible, have a L-shaped desk where you can keep all the things which are not important in time for you on the side desk, so that anybody who walks into your office for a meeting will get a feeling of how well organized you are, and then they get a message that they have to be organized too when they approach you. It could be your peers, your boss, your subordinates, your vendors. They get a message, you are sending a subtle message. This is actually an important aspect of your time management. Without telling many of the people, you are sending them a subtle message that you are well organized and you respect your time, so that they also respect yours. Friends, with this, I'll conclude this time management, a short topic, which I believe you have enjoyed so far and you have acquired the knowledge related to it. Thank you. Good day.